17:9. One who covers an offense seeks love, but one who harps on a matter alienates a ruler from himself. Chastisement frightens an understanding one more than smiting a fool 100 times. The rebellious one seeks only evil, and a cruel emissary will be sent against him. Y'all have an evil spirit coming against y'all ass, man. Say, you want evil? I'll give you evil. "13. If one repays good with evil, evil will not depart from his house. The beginning of a quarrel is like releasing water. Before the argument is revealed, abandon it." Here. Justifying an evildoer and condemning a righteous person. Both are abominations of Yahweh. And that's what a lot of y'all do when y'all playing favoritism. Y'all will side with somebody that you like more than another person. And the person that you side with, either they're wicked or they may be just wicked in this situation. And the other person can be the righteous one. Or just righteous in this situation. Or they just want the right in this. But you side with the evil. You side with the wicked in that moment. As being an unrighteous judge. And that is an abomination. I ain't say it. I did, but I ain't write it. Yeah. One who is, hold up. One who is not good will punish even the righteous and will smite generous people for integrity. One who is sparing with his words knows knowledge, and a man of understanding speaks sparingly. Some of y'all just don't know when to shut the hell up. Don't talk too much. You know the law of power number 4? Don't say more than you need to say. A lot of the laws of power are supported by Mishlei. Or let me guess, somebody's gonna add everything I said in this video. Oh, you're wicked, Hawk. You read the law. You've read the 48 laws of power. Shut up. Just shut up. I know it, y'all. I know it. Somebody's gonna do it. Y'all trying to find the smallest thing. I swear, bro. Learn to speak less, because a lot of times y'all just saying a lot of nothing. And y'all reveal way too much. And y'all just, even somebody that's dumb, what verse is that? Like somebody that's, even a fool seems wise when he keeps his mouth shut, basically. All right, let's get to here's another reiteration of earlier. Proverbs 18:12. Prior to a man's destruction, prior to destruction, a man's heart grows haughty, but prior to honor, there is humility. 13. He who answers a matter before he has heard, it will be foolishness and humiliation for him. Or some verses say, some texts say folly. Jumping the gun, not hearing the matter out, before speaking on it. Not, you know, and then running with it. Just running with it and broadcasting it all over. And you don't know what the hell you're talking about in the first place. And you ain't even supposed to be doing that. You got an issue with somebody, you take it to them first. Go to them directly. Or, you know, don't broadcast somebody's business all over the internet for clicks and impressions and stuff. Messy. Acting like high school females, bro. Here, 19. Five. A witness saying falsehoods will not be exonerated, and a spouter of lies will not escape. Verse 9. A witness saying falsehoods will not be exonerated, and a spouter of lies will go lost. 11. It is intelligent of a person to be slow to anger, and his splendor to ignore an offense. See, a lot, sometimes you gotta let things slide, bro. Not everything's worth your energy. Not everything's worth the energy. And if any little thing somebody says can always trigger you, they got power over you. If you don't have power over yourself and somebody knows how to push your buttons, get under your skin, and they basically know what to say and know how you're going to react to it, they got you. They can manipulate you into doing something that you're going to regret. Work on that. You gotta think ahead. You gotta think ahead, and you gotta know your weaknesses and what to work on, and not be blind to it. You gotta always be 10 steps ahead. I always think, I don't know if everybody else's mind works like mine, but I always think of situations before they happen. Like, if this happens, this how I'm gonna move. And I always like branch off into different scenarios. So I see things coming ahead of time. I don't know if everybody's brain works like that. But I always think, like, if I do this or I say this, what's the potential outcome? And I just have like a web of, different, them video games where you can have different multiple choices and it leads to a different ending. I usually play those out, and you know what I'm trying to say? You gotta do that sometimes. You gotta think ahead of what somebody might do and what they might be trying to do to you to get you to do. You gotta know your triggers and know that somebody might be purposely doing or saying something to get you to react a certain way for whatever reason, whatever they're trying to manipulate something. You just gotta be more wise, man. Like, there's people out here that they know they can manipulate you, and they will set you up. They will set you up in that type of way. and they'll frame you. They'll use your weakness against you to frame you, or to get you to do something that they want to do, but they don't want to get in trouble for it, so they have you. You do it. Yeah. 20:2. Like the roar of a young lion, so is the terror of a king, one who angers and forfeits his soul. Abstention from quarrel is a man's honor. Abstaining from quarrel is a man's honor. So if you're one of these busybody dudes or people, whatever, always in a quarrel, you're always either in a physical fight or in a fight online, you seeking, waking up every day, looking, who can I fight? Who can I have a Twitter finger competition against today? If that's your pleasure, going seeking quarrels online, you're just looking for debates and disagreements. That's pleasurable to you. It says abstaining from that is a man's honor, but every foolish one reveals himself in a quarrel. So is you a fool? Because that's what it sounds like. Now there's times to quarrel. Like I said, Ecclesiastes 3, there's a time for all things. Does that mean you go to seek all things? Like, I was peaceful yesterday, so I got to go seek a quarrel today. No. There's a time to quarrel when it makes sense. Don't create a quarrel just to have a quarrel. It's 20:7. One who walks in his innocence is a righteous man. Fortunate are his sons after him. That should be our aim. That should be our aim. Walking in innocence, being defined as righteous, and our sons being fortunate because of us. Who can say, I have cleansed my heart, I have purified myself from my sin? (2020). One who curses his father or mother, his light will flicker out in the deepening darkness. That sounds scary, bro. And I've kind of seen it with a relative of mine. I'm not going to say who it is. I'm not going to name names. But I've seen it happen. Literally, the light been flickered out for a long time. And I don't know if it's ever going to come back on. It's Torah. Honor your mother and father, and do not put your hands on your mother and father, or do not curse or wish evil on your mother or father. 22. Do not say, I will pay retribution for evil. Hope to Yahweh, and he will help you. Having one weight and a different weight is an abomination of Yahweh, and scales of deceit are not good. How many of y'all out here in the Israelite community still selling weed? Still selling weed. And somebody buys a gram and you give them a 0.8, a 0.85, or 0.9, and you purposely 0.9 in them to, and then you smoking the point, and then you smoking the 0.1. And you know, or somebody buy an eighth off you, and you always give them 3 or 3.3, and you always give them less than what they pay for, that's an abomination, bro. You're deceiving. Call that out if you do it. And it's not even just that. It's anything. If somebody pays for something, that's what they should get. Whatever the agreement is, you give them what you agreed upon. That's the contract. You made an agreement. You tell them they're getting this, and you give them that. They wanted to get with this, but you said you can get with that. Abomination. I'm wondering how many chords I've struck so far, y'all. Did I strike enough chords to make a whole composition so far? Like a musical number? Some sheet music? Or like some shit music? Cause y'all like shit. That's me. He's talking about me. Maybe. We finally in 21. 2. Every man's way is upright in his eyes, but Yahweh resides in his heart, or his leb, which is more his mind. This is what I was talking about earlier. 21:3. Doing what is right and just is preferable to Yahweh than an offering. That ties in with 1 Samuel 15:22, where it states, obedience is better than sacrifice. You know, you watch somebody get murdered and you didn't do nothing to help them. You watch somebody get mugged and you didn't do nothing to help them. You watch an old lady get pimp slapped and fall down and broke her hip, and she don't got life alert. And not only did you not confront the dude, you didn't help Granny up. You say, I ain't got time for this out. I gotta make it to my what is it? What them camp dudes be doing? Them unity meetings, or you know, you rushed to go do some to not do justice. I had to get to camp on time, Ak. It's the Shabbat. I can't help Granny up. She too heavy, Ak. I'll be carrying a burden. But then your ass paid for a train or a bus ticket or bought gas. And Granny just laying there. You need to get Granny a ride back home. Bruh. That's some wicked. Haughty eyes and a proud heart are the plotting of the wicked, a sin. The thoughts of the zealous are purely beneficial, but all hastiness is only for a loss. I believe some translations say idle talk. All idle chatter is vanity or a loss. Just be talking for nothing. You're just wasting your breath. Imagine wasting the breath that the breath the Most High breathed into you. You're wasting the Ruach, you're wasting the Neshama. Bruh. The accumulation of treasures through a false tongue is a smitten vapor. They seek death. The way of a man, here's verse 8. The way of a man is sometimes inconsistent and strange, but a pure one's every deed is upright. That's what we should be seeking to be. A pure one whose every deed is upright. Oh no, but we're all sinners. Can't nobody be pure. Here. "13. One who shuts his ear to the cry. One who shuts his ear to the cry of the pauper or the poor, he too will call out and not be answered." So that's a sin, right? Because why would ignoring the cry of a poor person cause you to be cursed or to not be answered when you cry out? You had to do something wrong, right? That sounds like a curse, not a blessing, right? "22:4, the result of humility is fear of Yahweh, wealth, honor, and life. Thorns and snares are in the path of the perverse. He who guards his soul will distance himself from them." "22:9, one with a good eye will be blessed, for he has given of his bread to the poor." Note, I don't do or say things to boast, to brag. I don't put my works out there, but just to be an example, something that maybe you could do. A lot of times, if I know I'm going somewhere, let's just say like last week, what was it? Sunday? I was walking to go get a burger. Knowing that, because last time I went, I was on the way back, I ain't had no money or really anything to give. So I made it my duty. I said, all right, before I go this time, I'm not only going to buy a burger for somebody, but I'm going to take 4 bags. Like you see these bags like this? So what I did, I took 4 of these bags. I put banana, orange, apple, and what else? Something. In 4 separate bags. And I made it my duty to, if I see somebody who needs food or asks for money, I'm going to give them a bag of food. And I'm going to buy somebody a burger. So just something, because I know one thing we can do, and I've been guilty of before, and sometimes it stems from knowing that some people will try to take advantage of you. But sometimes you leave money at home. There you go, purposely leave money because somebody might ask you for money and you don't want to give it, so you want to be able to say, oh, I ain't got it. So you leave your money home. You might even leave your car at home. And that you're kind of making a loophole. Now, I'm not saying, because it's also in the what was it? It's in the Apocrypha, where it says give not to the sinner. So, if you know for a fact somebody's a sinner and you're helping somebody that's evil, all right, maybe you shouldn't do that. Especially if you're giving somebody money and they smoke crack, they're going to buy liquor with it, meth, cigarettes, whatever, and you're supporting their habit and you're helping them destroy themselves or hurt others, you should refrain from that. If you're going to help somebody, it should be somebody that really needs help. And I can understand that I want to give money because you don't know what they're going to do with it. So just give food, buy food. Buy food for people. Feed them. Get them clothes. You don't got to get money. Because I've had this happen before too. When I was in Casablanca 2 years ago. Dude asking for money. I ain't have none, but I had food in my bag. I offered him a bag of food, and he said he didn't want it. Bruh. So you want money, and money is used to buy food, but you don't want food that requires money. You know what? This was 2 years ago. It kind of irked me. I was like, bro, you asked me for money, and I offer you food, and you don't want it? You know how many people out here are hungry? He he rejected the food. He was like, and he started walking away. Bro, I threw a banana. I threw a banana at his back. Like, I ain't do it hard. Like, I ain't Patrick Mahomes, that thing. But I made sure it hit his back. I tossed the banana and hit him in his back. I was like, bro, take this shit, bro. You asked me for money, take this damn food, bro. You ain't gonna you ain't gonna deny my good work today, bro. So that oh man. I don't know if that was wrong to do, but I tried to help you, bro. That was 2 years ago. I've grown even from then. But yeah, I'm trying to help you out. But yeah, y'all. We have to be, this is all of us. We have to be more. It's a lot harder when you yourself don't have much, but it means so much more when you don't have much. You have 2 loaves of bread, or it might be your last loaf of bread, and you give one to somebody, or you give your last, or you give half of it to somebody. But what you may have that they don't is the Most High, and that could just be a test. It could just be a test. Sometimes you just gotta look, everything is a test. Sometimes you want to see what you're gonna do with the little that you got. And it means a lot more when all you got left is a couple dollars. And maybe you were planning on buying a blunt with it and some weed. But you know what you did? You sacrificed that to buy somebody some food. You weren't selfish. That is righteous. That's having a good eye. And that'll get you blessed. Here. 22:16. He who oppresses the destitute to increase for himself, or who makes gifts to the rich, it is only for a loss. 22. Do not rob the destitute because he is destitute, and do not oppress the poor man in the gate. For Yahweh will take up their grievance. He will steal the soul. That's savage. He will steal the soul of those who would steal from them. You know how low you gotta be to steal from somebody that don't got nothing? Nathan? Or to oppress them in any way? To harm them? Somebody's already down and you want to kick them? You pretty much don't have a soul. So, I mean, he might as well snatch whatever remnant of a soul that you may have, you know, and harden your heart and just, you know, and let you just savage. Do not befriend an angry man, and do not come together with a man of wrath. How many of us do that? Do we follow that? You know what they say? You become the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with, an average of them. So I don't really hang with nobody. I'm genuinely me all the time. And I don't let nobody really influence me. Regardless, I usually influence people. I'm usually the odd one out, the black sheep. So really gotta be careful who you hang with. A lot of times they can infiltrate your spirit, your personality. And a lot of people are impressionable and don't have their own minds. Literally like sheep. He calls the Most High refers to a lot of people as sheep. It was follow, and a lot of false shepherds out here. They don't just follow anything. Will be molded into whoever they're following, and don't have your own soul, don't know your own personality, your own thought process. Just bots, just, you know. Are you befriending angry people? Most likely you're gonna inherit that anger. You're gonna be led into some bad situations because this person cannot control himself and they always angry. They always fighting. Every time y'all go out, they may be a drunkard. They may always be getting in trouble, and then you with them, and then you get in trouble. You know? And you may not even rebuke this person because they're your friend, or you're scared. You're either scared to lose a friend, or because they're angry, you're scared that they gonna Rick James 5 fingers to the face. Time is, bro, this was supposed to be like a 15-minute video. 4 minutes till 12, where I'm at. I'm just gonna go through the ones I already got written down. I wrote these down a while ago for a specific teaching. But this, ooh, I didn't even plan on this one. Oh, there's another one I see. Hold up. Oh, here's one I like. For though the righteous one may fall 7 times, he will arise, but the wicked ones will stumble through evil. When your foe falls, be not glad. And when he stumbles, let your heart not be joyous. Lest Yahweh see it and it be displeasing in his eyes, and he turn his anger from him to you. Do not assimilate among evildoers. Do not envy the wicked. For there will be no lasting outcome to evil, but the lamp of the wicked shall die out. Fear Yahweh, my child, and the king. Do not mix with inconsistent people, for their disaster will arise suddenly, and who knows the punishment of both. These things too are for the wise to consider. Showing favoritism in judgment is not good. One who tells a wicked person, you are righteous, the peoples will curse him, the nations will anathemize him. 24:28. Do not offer vain testimony against your fellow, to endear yourself with your lips. Do not say, as he has done for me, so will I do for him. I will reward the man according to his acts. Yeah, 25:8. Do not be quick to enter into strife, unless you know what you will do in the end when your fellow humiliates you. Pursue your quarrel with your friend, but do not reveal another's confidence. Don't be somebody tell you something that they trust you with, and you just go blabbering. You might have even swore they gave you their trust, and you just, bruh. It's one thing if they tell you they murdered somebody or I can't say the word, but they did something to some kids. It's one thing if they do, if you know, you can't conceal that. There gotta be repercussions for that. Or they rob somebody and you don't tell the person's looking for their money or something, and you know who did it, and that's another situation. But it's something, something personal, like your friend peed the bed or something, your friend peed the bed, and he's like, yo, don't tell anybody. I got you, Ak. I got you, Ak. Your sheets are white as snow in my eyes. And then y'all getting a little disagreement. Next thing you know, you done took the sheets, and then you make a video, live, and you got the yellow sheet. You got the yellow sheets with his name on it, with a yellow Sharpie, and in the title you got, this is so and so pissed the bed, and yeah, that's, bruh, come on, man. Oh, nasty work, bro. Nasty work. Pursue your quarrel with friend, but do not reveal another's confidence, lest a listener disgrace you and you be unable to retract your slander. Especially if you slandering, like you saying something that's a lie now. You saying something that's a lie. Not only spreading stuff, talking about somebody, people, but you're lying. Crazy work. 25:15. By forbearance, a ruler is mollified, and a soft tongue breaks strong anger. Sometimes you gotta be wise, man. Like, sometimes you gotta be wise and just, don't add fire. Don't add oil to the flame. Throw some salt on that thing. Cover it up with a pot. Throw some water on that thing. Better put some water on that damn shit. Like like Craig's dad said. For y'all that might be too young, that's from Friday. Here. 25, 21. If your foe is hungry, feed him bread. And if he is thirsty, give him water to drink, for you will be scooping coals on his head, and Yahweh will reward you. Like, you don't understand what that does to somebody, bro. Like, somebody hates you so much, but you're the bigger person and you do something good for them. Yo, they want to hate you so bad. And you just did like a Jedi mind trick on them. They didn't expect that. And it's not even that you should do it for that, to manipulate something. It should be at the goodness of your heart, you know what I'm saying? Or your character, your default to be the bigger person and to always want to rectify things. But just doing that, and then also in that situation, you're not supposed to repay good with evil. So now they were evil towards you, or y'all might have gotten whatever, and y'all hate each other for the reason, but then you do something good for them. Now you did good. So if they repay your good with evil now, most sides gonna be on your side. So it's a win-win. Here, 26:2. Like a bird that wanders off, like a swallow that flies off, so an unwarranted curse comes back to he who utters it. I've literally seen this happen. Several people want to curse me. And the things they wanted to happen to me happen to them. Or the things they mocked me for happened to them not too long after. Y'all gotta be careful who you are. You have to be careful who you are cursing. Know who you are dealing with. Know who they are to the Most High. Know who they are, how they move. If you are doing that to a truly righteous person, you're strapping a I don't know if YouTube's gonna, I don't know the algorithm and all that stuff. You're strapping something to your chest that is, and what word can I use? I ain't worried about demonetization because I'm not monetizing my channel ever anyway. And I don't even have the criteria. I don't even have the criteria to. I don't put out enough content to even get monetized, so I ain't worried about that. But I don't want my video getting taken down for saying the wrong word. You just strap something to your chest and you're gonna blow yourself up. That's what you're doing. Just be careful, man. The best route is usually to just seek peace. Man, it's a long video. Only 7 o'clock in the States. I don't got no Wi-Fi where I'm at right now, and my data has been slow. Not only, it's been even slower at this new B&B I'm at. I couldn't even see my charts earlier. So I can only imagine how long it would take to upload this long of a video. Here's something people don't do. Let another, 27:2. Let another praise you, not your own mouth, a stranger, not your own lips. If you really if you're really him, other people, your reputation will precede you. People will say good things about you. You shouldn't have to say it about yourself. It's just, self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. Tooting your own horn. Damn. Let me see. Let me go through this list. Y'all pretty much get the gist. You should if you don't by now. I don't know if I can help you, sir. 28:9. If one turns aside his ear from hearing the Torah, his prayer too will be considered an abomination. One who causes the upright to stray on an evil way will fall into his own pit. But the innocent will inherit goodness. Alhamdulillah. One who conceals, this is verse 13. One who conceals his sins will not succeed, but he who confesses and forsakes them will be granted mercy. So if you conceal your sins, you pretty much ain't gonna be granted mercy. Because it tells you what to do to be granted mercy. You confess and forsake your sins. You don't just, like as I was saying basically earlier, you see everybody else's sins. You point out people that are in idolatry, and rightfully so. Nothing wrong with that. But that's all you talk about. You don't talk about the sins that you do, because you be talking about yourself. Or you be talking about somebody you chill with. You don't want to irk them. You don't want to call them out. You don't want to call yourself out. You don't want to admit your wrongs. You're not going to get mercy. "17. A man guilty of bloodshed will flee until the grave. No one will support him. One who walks in innocence will be saved, but one who perverts his ways will fall in one of the ways, or will fall in one." 21. To show favoritism in judgment is not good. For a loaf of bread, man will have become a sinner. Because you're not supposed to be taking bribes. You're not supposed to pervert justice. You're not supposed to pervert judgment. You're not supposed to take bribes. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Judge righteously, judge fairly, judge according to Torah. Not your feelings. No partiality. No bias. Do not favor the rich, nor the poor in judgment. Equal scales. "27. One who gives to a pauper will not lack, but one who averts his eyes will suffer many curses." As I was saying earlier, you turn into Michael Myers standing behind a tree when you see somebody that might ask you for money, and you're hiding behind a tree now. Or you might climb the tree, like Michael Jackson. Suffer many curses. We getting close to the end, y'all. I don't got too many more verses. Or I might just do a part 2, and I might... Let me see. "29, 23. A man's pride..." Wait. 22 first. "A man of anger will incite strife, and a man of wrath is full of offense. A man's pride will bring him low, but a lowly spirit will support his honor." 27. "A man of iniquity is the abomination of the righteous, and one who walks an upright path is the abomination of the wicked." That's why the wicked hate the righteous. If you're righteous and you're speaking righteous things and people are doing wickedness, they're going to hate you. They're going to come against you. They're going to look for any little thing, any little hole, the tiniest hole. They'll dismiss the 99% of things that you say and look for that. They'll look for that 0.00001% thing to focus on. Let's go 30:10. "Do not slander, not even a servant to his master, lest he curse you and you be made desolate. Nor a generation that curses its father and does not bless its mother, nor a generation that is pure in its own eyes and does not cleanse itself of its filth. A generation whose eyes are very haughty and whose eyelids are arched, a generation whose teeth are swords and whose molars are knives, to devour the poor from the land and the destitute from mankind." Yeah. "There are 3 that are beyond me," verse 18. "And a 4th I do not know, the way of an eagle in the heavens, the way of a snake upon a rock, the way of a ship in the heart of the sea, and the way of a man with a young woman. Such is the way of the adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I have done no wrong." A lot of these whores out there, man, they literally think like this. They'll say, they'll blame the man for their adultery. They'll blame the man, knowing damn well they were with the man the whole time. They didn't really love him. They weren't ever attracted to him. They were with him for what he could give them, money. They had somebody else on the side already before they even married him. And then they blame dude for them committing adultery. They'll come up with every excuse in the book. Every excuse in the book. It was somebody else's fault. No accountability. I could go in on that topic, but to save y'all time, maybe I'll make a separate video about adultery. Yeah, 31:8. Let's just read this real quick. 31:3. Give not your strength to women, and let your conduct not destroy the protocol of kings. It is not proper for kings who belong to Elohim. It is not proper for kings to drink much wine, or to drink wine, and for princes to imbibe strong drink, lest he drink and forget the statute and pervert the judgment of all the children of the poor. So verse 8. Open your mouth on behalf of the mute in the judgment of all confused children. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and obtain justice for the poor and destitute. And the rest goes on about the Proverbs 31 woman. We all should be familiar with that. And those are the only women that you should entertain, and damn sure the only women that you should marry and have children with. And that's the only type of woman you should be. If you're a woman. If you're a man, do not be a Proverbs 31 woman. You can be a Proverbs man. I think I skipped one. Proverbs 24:2. It says the heart's study for destruction, or study destruction. Ecclesiastes 7:9. Be not hasty for anger. Zephaniah 3:13, the remnant shall not speak lies. Psalm 34:13-14, basically keep lips from deceit, guile, and slandering your neighbor. These are all things we need to not only not do, but call out also. Balance. Call it all out. Don't be a one-trick pony that just combats idolatry all day, every day, and has JC on your mind all day, every day. So much, you wake up, you dream about JC probably, and that's low-key gay. You thinking about a man all day so much. You want to talk about this man all day. Bruh, there's so many other sins to call out. There's so much more. That's not the only thing. Like, how many times y'all make the same content for ones who create content? Or if you only do comments? There's so many other commandments, so many other sins to speak about, teach about, to warn of, to call out. So many other behaviors. That's all I'm saying. Say Isaiah 29:13 real quick. Yeah. Adonai said, inasmuch as this people has drawn close to me with its mouth and with its lips it has honored me, yet it has distanced its heart from me. Their fear of me is like rote learning of human commands. No, look at this here now in 19. The meek will increase their joy in Yahweh. Still recording. And the poor among the people will rejoice in the Holy One of Yasharal. For the fierce man is no more, and the scoffer has ceased to be, and all who strive for iniquity will be cut off. Those who with a word cause a man to sin and ensnare the one who gives rebuke at the city gate and mislead the righteous with falsehood. And don't be respecter of persons. This is what Yah says. Let not the wise boast of their wisdom, or the strong boast of their strength, or the rich boast of their riches. But let the one who boasts boast about this, that they have the understanding to know me, that I am Yah, who exercises kindness, justice, and righteousness on earth. For in these I delight, declares Yah. Yirmiyahu 9:23-24. 1 Samuel 2:3. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. Pretty much, y'all. Oh, bearing grudges. That's another sin. Are you supposed to not bear a grudge, sir, ma'am, they, them, whatever your pronouns are? Oh, man. Anyway, y'all. Let me see. We're about 2 hours in, so maybe I'll hit Ezekiel 18 right quick. The soul that sins shall die. Let's start at 5. If a man is righteous and practices justice and righteousness, he does not partake of idolatrous sacrifices upon the mountains, does not lift his eyes toward the idols of the house of Yisrael, does not defile his neighbor's wife, nor approach an impure woman, does not oppress any man, returns collateral for debt, does not rob any loot, gives his bread to the hungry, and covers the naked with clothing. Isaiah 58, right? Does not give loans with usury, nor take interest, withholds his hand from corruption, executes true justice between man and man. No favoritism, no bias, no partiality, none of that. Goes according to my decrees and observes my ordinances to practice truth. He is a righteous man. He shall surely live. The word of Adonai Yahweh, or Ne'um Adonai Yahweh. Likewise, you do the opposite of all that. You're wicked. You shall die. You shall perish. Here. Start at 21. So the wicked man, if he repents from all his sins that he committed, and he observes all my decrees, and practices justice and righteousness, he shall surely live, he shall not die. All his transgressions that he committed will not be remembered against him. He shall live because of the righteousness that he did. Alhamdulillah. Do I desire at all the death of the wicked man? Is it not rather his return from his ways that he may live? That's what he desires. And when a righteous man turns away from his righteousness and practices corruption, he don't practice justice and righteousness, practices corruption. Shall he do like all the abominations that the wicked man did and live? All his righteousness that he had done will not be remembered because of his treachery with which he betrayed and because of his sin that he sinned. Because of them, he shall die. So, you're either going to be righteous, you're either going to be wicked. You're either going to confess your sins, you're going to be introspective, reflective. You're going to confess your sins, forsake them, and change. Or you're only going to point the finger, blame other people for everything, never take accountability, never look at yourself, only judge other people's sins but not your own. And in that case, as we read earlier, you will not be blessed. You will not get mercy. So, choose life, choose death. Your tongue is either gonna bring you blessings or cursings, life or death, the power of the tongue. Choose wisely. I'm tired, y'all. Oh, yeah. I'm about ready to slump. So, yeah. If you got offended, good. I did my job. You know what to do. Consider, reflect, change, work on it. Call out sins, but also call yours out. And when people call your sins out, consider, reflect, take heed, change. Don't point fingers. Repent, forsake, confess, get mercy.